So you guys ever ask somebody a question and the answer you get back is, are you really sure you want to know the answer to that question? And that's exactly what I ran into with our chicken coop. It's right here behind me. If you caught the last video about this, I had a plan because a lot of the bricks above the header over there are loose. And I had come up with this plan of I'm going to squirt a bunch of mortar in there, I'm going to jack the header back up, I'm going to let it dry, and then I'll lower the header back down and I'll replace the header and the door frame, put a new door on it, and we'll be done. Well, with that part of it. And it didn't go as I planned. So I basically just stopped the project, put everything on hold, and I asked you guys for help. And I got some great answers back from you guys, some great advice. Just as I predicted, there was a lot of, hey, I'm a brick mason, my husband was a retired brick mason, here's what you need to do to fix this properly. And while I appreciate it, it's not the answer I wanted to hear, basically because of the amount of work behind it. But in order to fix it and fix it properly, the problem, I think I was looking at it wrong. I was looking at the problem is loose bricks, and loose bricks aren't the problem. That's a symptom of the real problem, which is the header and the lenton, which is the support for that arch, dropped. It just came loose over time. The board shrunk, the board started to rot, it dropped down, and then all the bricks just came loose. So I've been out here this morning looking at things, trying to figure out, okay, what's the best approach for this? Because I know what I need to do. I need to remove all the loose bricks, pull that header down, build a new header that's the proper height, put the lenton, the concrete lenton back in place, and then relay all the bricks. The problem is I'm not a bricklayer. I've never laid brick before. I don't know how to do it. I can probably learn, just like I've learned just about everything else in my life, but it's a little overwhelming to me. So I'm going to tackle it anyways because it has to be fixed. If I just leave it, eventually they're all just going to fall, and then I got a bigger mess on my hands. So let's head on over and take a look at things, and I'll tell you my thoughts. So I do apologize for the lighting in today's video. It is terrible. It is pure sun, blue sky, and hotter than I expected it to be. This whole brick section here is loose. This guy's loose. This one's loose. And stuff up in here probably could be loose if I hit it with a hammer a few times. The good news, I guess, is that, if you want to call it good news, the structural portion of the walls, so the walls are all double bricked up to, where is it? Right about here. Everything's double bricked to here. Everything from here up is just single brick. And the rafters and everything that are holding the roof are sitting down in the wall section. So if a worst case scenario came and I couldn't rebuild this, I could tear everything down from here up and replace this whole part with wood. I could even put a little window in up here. It's not going to be as cute as it was, but that's like one of my plan. This isn't working out. Oh crap, what am I going to do? But I've been working on trying to get at least a couple of these bricks out. If you can get at least one out, it should. There we go. Okay, so there's a start. And I was advised to keep track of which bricks go where. So I set up a piece of plywood over inside the chicken coop, and I'm going to lay them out exactly the way that they came so I know. One of the good things is there's a whole pile of these bricks in the back there that somebody at some point stashed away, and most of them are already all clean like this. The mortar's gone, so I can reuse these bricks to rebuild things. That pile of bricks. So we've had all along had suspicions of what this place originally was. And judging by all the wood in here, it really kind of solidifies our theory that this was a smokehouse. There's even some of the wood cut out in the center up there where they probably had a little vent for the smoke to get out. But it's all charred. So I just had lunch and talking with Rachel, and then I brought Rachel out here and we talked through some stuff, and I want to tell you guys what I think we might have decided to do here. Let's try to. So there are some, I don't know how I'm even gonna light this. All right, I had to flip everything around that way I can at least see how because the lighting's terrible with this. So you see in this corner, all this is cracked for this whole piece coming across. On this side, we had the same thing, cracked all the way up, all the way across, and then up in here. So here's the bricks I removed. All this is cracked all the way up. These pieces of wood here for the roof are good. In fact, down here is another huge piece of wood, and that's what all of these roof pieces attached to, is that piece of wood there. So, from and I got this to deal with too. This is where that header would sit, and this brick is all missing right here, which is probably, could be either I damaged that pulling it out, or that was part of my problem all along. And this side is kind of intact still. So here you can see from the outside. So ultimately what I think we ended up deciding to do, because the damage is just so much more significant than what we thought originally, is this whole section of brick on the top. I think I'm gonna take it out. And I know some of you may be disappointed in hearing that, but like I already showed you earlier, the back of this place doesn't even exist. The brick all just ends. The whole rear is all just wood that I built. A door for the chickens, door for a human. I still may run into some small areas that need brickwork, like in through here a little bit. I might have to mortar in a couple pieces just so that when I put wood, I'm gonna basically do a wood on the top, and I might even use some of this old wood to cover the exterior of it once it's done. I think all that has to come down, and it's way more brickwork than I'm comfortable doing. So just removing a few of those bricks, all this is coming loose now. So as easy as that came down, it was like taking apart Legos. I think it was the right decision. I could, somebody who's super ambitious, could now put in their new header, get all new bricks and relay the whole thing with brick. I'm not going to do it. It's just not, for a chicken coop, it's just not, the value's not there. The building's not intact like we said. And from here, I can start moving forward. I'm going to have some gaps in my bricks right here. So I'm probably going to get some mortar anyways and brick this so it matches proper. And maybe even try to fill in this side a little bit too. That way it's the line here is clean, or as clean as I can get it. And then we can start reconstruction. Along this door, all these little nails sticking out, these things are going to get me before I know it. So it's time for them to go. Some of them are loose, but it's basically how they built it when they originally built it, was they took that board and they stuck nails in it and wedged them right into the mortar when they built it. So if there's troll people out there ready to jump in the comment section and tell me that I have no clue what I'm doing, I can save you the keyboard strokes and tell you that you're absolutely right. I have no idea what I'm doing. I've never laid a single brick in my life. And this is a chicken coop, so I guess this is a... If you're going to learn anywhere, this is where you can learn. I think this one sticks out too far. That one doesn't stick out far enough. Hopefully this holds. It's not going to be weight bearing. The header's going to go all the way into the back on both sides, so it's got plenty of support. I just want it to look nice, to have not missing bricks. So hopefully that achieves my goal. Sunday today, it's about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I have most of my tools to clean up still. I need some rest. So we're gonna wrap up this part here today, and then we'll pick it back up in a couple days. We'll get the header installed, The side pieces, we'll get the wood built on the top. Hopefully I can fit all that in one video. If not, I'll speed things along because I want to make 4-part series and redoing the front half of our chicken coop. It's a bit ridiculous. So anyways, thanks for coming along. I'll see you guys on the next one.